one of those cases that have locals talking for years later. Most people remember that Riley Smith was murdered by her boyfriend Kevin Lee, but there's a lot of details here that make this case a lot more heartbreaking. Police in Burlington, Iowa were called to a home for what was initially reported as a robbery and shooting. When officers arrived, they found Kevin Lee outside a neighboring house. He was completely naked and had a gunshot wound to his hand. As soon as he saw the cops, he ran, leading all of them on a chase before they finally detained him, which they obviously found as unusual. Inside the home, they found Riley Smith, who was only 24 years old, dead on the couch with a gunshot wound to the head. This is where the story took a turn. Kevin told investigators that he was taking a shower when several men broke into the house. According to his version, he heard Riley ask, "Who is it?" Then he heard a gunshot. Claimed he stepped outside the bathroom, saw several men running out the front door, and one of them turned around and shot him before escaping. And at first glance, it does sound like a robbery gone wrong. But the investigators started noticing patterns, and a neighbor called it. The neighbor actually said that they heard gunshots take place minutes before 911 was. Obviously, as soon as they heard gunshots, they looked outside their window. It's Iowa, we're bored. They didn't see anybody and the front door never opened. And then they looked back a few minutes later, they didn't see anybody. Nobody was out there. Only after that did they hear yelling, and then eventually police arrived. That witness testimony completely conflicted Kevin's story. Then the investigators started looking at the crime scene itself, all of the shell casings. Think of Dexter, bullet trajectories. Instead of supporting the robbery story, the evidence started pointing a different direction. The investigators concluded that there was no robbery at all. They believed that Riley and Kevin were the only people inside that home. According to the investigators, Kevin shot Riley and then shot himself in the hand to kind of make it look like somebody else shot him. Another detail that people forgot about, during the investigation, detectives spoke to Riley's mother. She told him that Kevin had been abusive throughout their relationship. She said that she witnessed him strike Riley multiple times. She also told investigators that Riley said that Kevin threatened to kill her on several occasions. He even said that he had a gun before. Those previous incidents helped investigators prove a pattern. The trial itself lasted about 5 days. Kevin actually represented himself instead of relying on an attorney. Jurors listened to everything, and then they came to a conclusion. Guilty of first-degree murder, also convicted of domestic abuse assault. Instead of waiting weeks for sentencing, Kevin requested to be sentenced immediately. The judge imposed the only sentence Iowa law allows for first-degree murder, life in prison without the possibility of parole. He was also ordered to pay $150,000 in restitution to Riley's heirs. This case just serves as a reminder that domestic abuse often happens long before homicide, and that evidence will always tell its story.